I hear about
you gonna attack me? No, not right now. See, when I run, it goes fast. Is this what these people are? They're pros? Whatever? Jesus, how? Alright, that's gonna take us. We gotta fight around again. Guess we gotta go around somehow. Anywhere. Maybe there's a. Or something. Okay.
No visitors allowed, citizen. What? I don't need to see your identity. Move along.
I have no idea how to get there. Ah. Found it. Of course, I can't jump around. Or that. That's Dave. Or these? Oh shit, at the end. What? Okay. There we go. Great. I don't really think we need to loot this whole place, man. We're still pretty... Oh, it's cute. Whoops. Oops. I should not have done 100%. It just killed everybody. Whoops. I've done that. Wait, I just saved. Let's see what happened. Shit. Hold on. Quick save. I know we saved as soon as we came there. Everybody's good. Let's see if we don't do it. Alright, are we good? Okay, good. Didn't kill everybody. Good. I mean, I didn't want to kill an innocent man. I think we're good. I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright. Now we can save again. Right out the front door. No problem. Fast travel now? Not fast. Oh. Seriously? How can we? Yep. Well, I guess we're leaving, right? We've done everything here, I believe, right? Oh man, now that you have. Okay. Before we do that, let's do this other side mission. Something else.
Nice work. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. Today the region is profitable for the first time in years. Its workers are productive. They might even be happy. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake. The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous
I guess we can
man.
get rid of Wells.
His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive
Watch
psychopath.
Wells end up being the...
And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant, a
I don't want
contact
to do
call
that.
has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
I don't want to do that. I have a feeling Wells is going to be the bad
The
guy.
groundbreaker has approved our request for docking.
Because everybody
You're
wants
free
him.
to disembark.
Constantly. Maybe if we hand him over, that's just like the short ending. Probably how to like... What's our armor? I need to remember how high our armor is to get. I have 35k.
It's
Fuck some. Most armor damage dealt. Hmm. Hmm. Seventh. 49. I'm still. This one's saying it's the same thing. 62. What do we have on net? Don't we have new armor on? Helmet. Hopefully she's done giving us fucking.
Is it done? Well, well. Looks like someone's due for a promotion. How does Vice President of Aggressive Acquisitions sound to you, contractor? You've certainly earned it, my blood-soaked rising star.
Sublight VP.
Catherine heard I was taking you on full-time.
I just upgraded my
Sent
armor.
along a
Great.
present of her own. I've had it delivered to your ship. Be sure to mention that in your travels. We could use the free advertising.
I wish more legitimate businesses were like yours, Hagen. We get a lot more done.
Well, if there's nothing else, I need to review some applications, seeing as I just lost my best contractor. These days, the scrap business all but runs itself. Gives me the time to expand our interests into other sectors, where I can let my hair down. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
And it's trash. Silver tongue kit. Yeah, it's trash. Guess it's like light arm. Probably the heavy armor is more meant for. Real quick. Consider light. So do we run faster? Light armor on? Maybe a little bit. I thought maybe that was our armor, but let's see something. I really don't like it. Ugh. I hate that it's. But we are a female. I don't want to give him up. Not until I see he's going crazy. I have a feeling he's going to be a bad, but I don't know if it's like just a short way to beat the game is by doing that.
Not that I
Or...
missed you. Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab. If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you.
Make sure we're not on that. Still showing. We still did a lot of missions, even though we're not doing it. Still complete quite a bit. I mean, I feel like this dude is crazy.
Busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board.
I guess you can side either with the board or with him.
Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, damn. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
Experimental methods for killing noxious life forms are not covered under this unit's limited liability agreement.
Well said, whatever you are. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers, scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time. The enemy is bound to discover my hideout sooner or later. I'm prepared for that eventuality. This is just my way of buying myself a little time. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses.
Hmm. That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time. I had a feeling we could.
Captain, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akata.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Because I'm not in the business of arresting my own allies. You have my word. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Damn again. I'm gonna get my son. Leveled up twice, huh?
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
How do we get up again? Over here. Oh.
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
Guess Monarch folk ain't the only ones fucked around here. That ain't exactly an uplifting thought.
I know your face. Stellar Bay's most infamous hunter. How curious that you've thrown your lot in with the captain. Monarch may harbor delusions of independence, but make no mistake. You are a part of our colony. If we fall, Monarch falls with us. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. I will be frank, Edgewater was a lost cause. I never expected the settlement to survive another year. But then, you came along. I don't know how you managed to convince a faction of disloyal workers to return to their posts. In fact, Edgewater is more productive than ever before. Every worker in Edgewater will be expedited into our lifetime employment program. Well done, Captain. That town owes you an enormous debt. Sensible as well as modest. You're quickly becoming my favorite freelancer. You should be proud of yourself, Captain. You're on the verge of making history. There's just one last job I need you to do for me. I've made arrangements for you to journey to the Hope. You will board your former colony ship, reactivate its navigation systems, and skip the colony ship into orbit around Tartarus. Once the Hope is in position, we will have everything we need to begin healing the colony. I have the highest faith in your abilities, Captain. You and I are going to save Halcyon together.
You never actually get. Supposed to give us a mission? I wonder if this is the end.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship. We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. Sending a corrupted tracking signal to the board was quite clever, if I might say, Captain.
What you got? 3. Alright, so what's it want us to do first?
know what you're doing.
Greetings. Authorized personnel. Trespassers, this error. Error. Paradox.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more
Poor bastards. They're never gonna wake up. The least we could do is bury them.
What in the fuck is that?
Cycle complete.
Should we assign Sam for a cleanup?
That's it. Captain, we ought to go. Please. This place is giving me the fucking creeps.
I don't really know where to go. This way? I don't know what X is. Like, it shows X. I don't know what that pulls.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him. Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My Constellation executables could use some beefing up. Searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great, Captain. I am almost 4.01% certain we will not die.
Right.
Certainly. You may skip the Hope to Tartarus, as you were instructed to by the adjutant. Doing so would bring the Hope within close